thoughts on the whole like social media stuff?
Yeah, social media. I mean, I don't want to blame it for making people who are in relationships, making it harder for them to stay together or making it harder for people to get into relationships. I think it's I don't want to blame social media, but the way that it's designed, again, is not for our best interest. Not to work in our favor. So
I think it, like
they're gonna do damage.
I think it was designed for businesses, and then people were like, wait, but I can also use it for personal use. And then when that got mixed up, that's where like the
Mhm.
crossfires got.
Yeah, I mean, overall, I'm not a fan of social media in general, man. Just because of what like what you just mentioned, because they're businesses and they're designed to keep us hooked and logging in every multiple times a day. So I'm like, if it was up to me, I would want to shut down all these social media giants because the way they've designed these things is it's not in our best interest, man. So I'm anti social media. After I watched the Social Dilemma documentary, man, some
Mm.
of these places are like Facebook is the evil empire, man, for me. So I mean, as much as some people might say, hey, because of social media, I can just DM 20 girls, three respond back, and I hit two. I mean, and I did that from my bed. I didn't have to spend any money. I didn't have to buy a drink.
Yeah,
There's some bonuses to it, but I think overall it's got more negative than positive, is what I'd say.
more negatives than positives. Okay, Phil.
I'm gonna say more positives, but that's because I'm really not addicted to any platform. My Instagram usage per day, according to the stats that I'm gonna bring it up right now.
Your
4 minutes a day,
for what?
like for IG.
God damn.
I don't have a Facebook account. I don't have a LinkedIn. Remove that. I don't have a Twitter account. So like I use IG to look at pictures in the morning. And
Are you on TikTok?
no, I'm not on TikTok. So
So what do you
I guess
watch?
my bit well, so here's the thing, and I think we need to we break down and categorize social media. So we do have the traditionals, right? That's the IG, the Facebook, and all that sort of stuff. But my stuff of the internet, because the internet is a universe, right? My stuff for the internet is stuff that's geared specific to what I want to look at the time. So I am part of different subreddits. Um, I'm part of a couple discords that are specific to things. One for like develop software development. Kind of ones that are tied into crypto. Ones that are tied into like NBA. Um, I go to Hacker News more than anything. So like I go to specific places of the internet to get my fill of what I need. And once I got that, I dip away.
Mm,
So mine is like I already it's kind of curated for my needs.
right.
So I don't just randomly just hit up Facebook and just peruse the fucking whatever. I'm not on TikTok for a couple hours like everybody is. I would, yeah, more so than anything. I mean, you can't consider YouTube a social platform unless you reference the chats or whatever. But for me, it's a plus because I'm able to get a crazy amount of info that's necessary to me in an immediate fashion. So for me, it's a plus. But I know people are hooked on it in the same way that people are hooked on fast foods or liquors or drugs or whatever. Everyone has their thing. Like my addiction is desserts.
I
So
would,
I
but
you know
I would dare to say, if you like, for example, the two things you compare, it's like, okay, being addicted to like food, like not necessarily food, but like, oh, I like this one restaurant, or I like to do this one activity. That activity, it's like you do it and then you're done. Social media can never end. You can scroll on TikTok until I've only heard about one person stop on being unable to unscroll, but
but
basically infinitely.
but that's the thing. It's like if it doesn't get you, it doesn't get you. Like it that stuff never gets me.
But that's the thing. I'm
Um
talking about in a macro sense, where like in a general sense.
Yeah, it gets people hooked, but then like each person needs to figure out why they hooked on it. Like there's a reason you're scrolling through TikTok for a couple hours rather than doing anything else. And I'm not saying you should be doing anything else, but there's a reason that you want to use your time to do that versus anything else, whether the other thing is productive or not productive. Why do you want to do that versus just to say non-productive things? Why do you want to do that versus um, hopping on the PS4 and playing some games? Why do you want to do that versus marathoning a show? Why do you want to do that versus like cooking something or whatever? Well, cooking is productive, but I'm just trying to think of things that are not like work related. I don't want to be one of those. Well, why aren't you trying to build your business? Why
Hey,
aren't you trying to
hey,
hustle? Because that's
why aren't you putting those 70, 80 hours in?
yeah, because that's nonsense. Um, but like there's a reason you choose to do that, and everybody just has to figure out what it is that makes you want to do that. Like I guarantee you, if I was as hardcore into photography as I was when I was traveling, 4 or 5 years ago. Like 4 or 5 years ago, I was on Instagram probably a solid hour and change a day because I was always looking at other people's photos from like the similar city I was in just to see things to do as well as like, yo, where is this place at? I gotta peep it out. So there's like a need for me. I was like at least an hour and a half a day on Instagram, on the train or whatever. But, you know, I don't have a need for it right now. But I guarantee you, when I start traveling again, I'll probably do the same thing. I'll probably be on Instagram, um, like probably 2 hours a day, like when I'm in between travels or on the bus or some shit. But that's me. I find it as like it's just a tool to use.
I think that's the thing. You like, for example, you see it as a tool to use. People see it as like a lifestyle. And one thing I will say though about like part of the reason why it's like so prevalent is because the cost it takes to enjoy that entertainment is absolutely free. If you want to go have a dessert, you got to go pay for that. If you want to go out to do bowling or hiking or laser tag or whatever, you know what I'm saying? There's a price to that, but you can be on social media and not pay a damn thing all day. So
Yeah.
there's a financial component and aspect to it.